today really was to
that I felt like I needed, and I was comfortable in that space of just me and God.
Hope is offensive. Hope is desperate.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. It's Coach Karen. It is Jumpstart Your Vision with Coach Karen Hilton. That's me. And I am so excited to be here today with you. We are inching closer and closer to the end of April, and that means we've got some great things coming up this week. And I want to tell you all about that. I want to welcome you if you are new to this community. We are Rock Your Vision. We are the community for vision-driven workplace leaders, entrepreneurs, and the mission-minded. If that's you, then welcome. We are a faith-fueled community. Let's talk a second about what that means, just so we're all on the same page. That means that part of my journey has had a foundation of faith. I am a Christian. I am a proud Christian. I am proud of my faith in Jesus Christ. And we are also a diverse community. That means that we keep the main thing, but you will hear us talk about our experience with faith. Why? Because all of us have foundations. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's been a little bit of a train wreck in my life and work, but somehow or another, I have still been able to rock my vision. And I created this community because it was what I needed when I was first starting out and realizing that I could do life on my own terms. I really didn't know what that meant when I started, I'm going to be honest with you, but I want to encourage all of you that whether you're a workplace leader, you are in a corporate environment or a professional environment, you've got a 9-to-5, or you're working for somebody else in hours outside of 9-to-5, or whether you are building a business, or maybe you are building another business, you got another thing going on, and you're getting ready to do funding, or maybe you are already a CEO. I don't care what your role is. Can you hear my dog in the background, by the way? I've had coffee already, so I just want you, I'm warning you guys, I'm super pumped. Anyway, it doesn't matter what your role is. If vision is something that is important to you or you're curious about, this is the community for you. And I'm going to tell you why that's a game changer, because we believe around here that vision is the new power play for the 21st century leader. It doesn't matter what role you're in. So come on in here. You know how we do it. Grab your coffee, your tea, whatever it is you got going on, and get in here. Go tell somebody else. Share it with 75 people that you know, because we want to get vision trending. We want to help people understand what it means to do life and work on your own terms. Today, we're going to be talking about how to deal with entrepreneurial fog. And this is probably one of the top 5 topics that I get asked about on a daily basis. And I'm going to share some of the power plays that are most important. These are things I have learned in the trenches, you guys. This is not anything that I read somewhere. There's actually lots of evidence that what we're going to talk about today is true for lots of you. But we have a lot of social proof here in this community. It's one of the top 5 things that we hear the most about. And here's the thing. If you are a workplace leader, even though we are talking about entrepreneurial fog, a lot of what we are going to be talking about today, you can use, you can apply, and you can apply today. That's what a power play is. A power play are those activities or mindsets that help us exponentially and incrementally improve our productivity, our effectiveness, and our mindset. That's what a power play is. So we want to kind of sort through all of this stuff for you and give you the stuff that actually works and stuff you can take action on. So come on in here. I'm so glad to have you. Let's see. I've got a couple of things to tell you ahead of that. These are important. So first things first, guys, if you have not registered for the personal finance workshop that is happening this Thursday inside of our free private Facebook group, Masterclass Community, Rock Your Vision Masterclass Community, please go and register for that. A couple of things. 1, it's free. It's absolutely free. 2, it's with Ed Miller. If y'all don't know, personal finance expert and author Ed Miller, You need to know him. I know him. You need to know him. Ed retired. Ed and his wife, Kathy, who are my son's godparents, and my pop and MC, never mind on that. They retired at 55, debt-free. Get some of that, okay? Yes, please, because your girl's 54, so who knows what's going to happen next year. My point is this. You can build a vision you love, and you can master your personal finances. Listen to me very carefully. If you are an entrepreneur, do not miss this particular workshop. It is absolutely free. Okay, absolutely. As in, there is no selling going on in this workshop. Ed called me and said, Karen, I feel like the Lord is telling me to do this workshop. He is not selling you anything, guys. He is teaching. Get in that workshop, okay? So one, you have to be, well, one, it's free. Two, Ed Miller's teaching live. Three, you have to be a member of the free coaching group to either get the Zoom link, and that's where you register, folks. So if you are in the Facebook group and you're watching this and you have not clicked on the Zoom link, that's where you register, okay? You can hit, you're going, hit the little button, I'm attending in Facebook, but be sure to scroll down, click the Zoom link, and that's where you register. That's where you can join live. But if you cannot join live, the workshop is this coming Thursday, the 27th, excuse me, the 27th at 11:30, from 11:30 to 1:15. He's teaching live. This is a private class. You will join live. If you cannot attend, no prob, because we're going to record it and send out the recording, the replay. So if you join live, great. You can ask questions. You can do all of that. And this is one of the safest environments you will ever be in. Ed is a deeply compassionate, very wise, but deeply compassionate man who has a passion for teaching people financial literacy. So where Coach Marguerite, her workshop was really specific to entrepreneurs, Ed's workshop is around personal finance. He is absolutely amazing. I love him with my whole heart. He is like literally one of the few people who can show up on my doorstep unannounced and give orders. I'm just saying. Anyway, so that's coming this Thursday. I also want to let you know about something super, super special. For those of you that are looking for an incredible faith-based event, I want to tell you about a very special thing that's happening. And I'm going to get, hold on, I don't want to get the date wrong. But we are supporters of an incredibly special ministry called the Worthy Movement. And my friend and bestie, Christy Kent's daughter, is one of the founders of this incredible ministry. I mean, they are moving mountains, and I just think God is doing something incredibly special. And we say it all the time, but I really mean it. The best is yet to come. John is going to share the link for us. But if you are looking for an incredible ministry, you're looking for an opportunity to invest, and you're looking for an opportunity to grow in your faith, I want to encourage you to reserve May 6th. It's a Saturday to attend this event. I'm going to leave it there. I will let the Holy Spirit do his work, but John is going to share that link. And I want y'all to consider these women are absolutely anointed. And this is not like pie in the sky kind of ministry. This is grassroots, come as you are. Like, let's do this thing together. And they are just doing incredible things for youth, for women. I could go on and on. But anyway, John just shared the link. And John, be sure to share the merch link, because I'm going to be giving away 5 t-shirts from the Worthy Movement. So if you want one of those t-shirts, that is how they are funding this particular event. The first 5 people who say, yes, I want a t-shirt, I will be sending you a t-shirt. Anywho, okay. Anyway, how's everybody doing? I hope you had a great weekend. I did. I celebrated my bestie's birthday with my big brother and my unwilling 14-year-old. I can't even talk about that. But anyway, it was a wonderful weekend. And today we're going to talk about entrepreneurial fog. And here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to ask you to do a couple of things. One, share this with somebody who is an entrepreneur, or maybe you're not sure who's an entrepreneur. Share this live stream, this video with your network, because we want to give out some of these power plays to people who are trying to do this thing, y'all. May 2nd, I think it's May 2nd. No, that's not May 2nd. It's in May anyway. I think it's May 7th through the 13th is National Small Business Week. And we're going to be doing some super special things for the entrepreneurs who are inside of our free coaching group. So guys, I'm telling you, get people in there. We're going to be doing some things, and most of it is going to be free. So anyway, who's in here today? Good morning. Hey, John Kovalevsky. John Kovalevsky is our executive technical producer. He is an entrepreneur, like he's a serial entrepreneur. This guy is amazing. And I got the great pleasure of meeting him a few years ago, and we've been besties ever since. In fact, we're twins. And you'll get that if you know Coach John. And you know us. Christy Kent, the amazing Christy Kent. We are so excited and so proud of your baby girl. We have adopted her. And we didn't ask, but anyway. And we are so, so proud. And we are praying. We are going to be praying between now and May 6th for God to move and for God to fill those seats. So thank you so much for sharing her with us. Let's see. Amanda Bowen. Thank you so much, Amanda. Love you, girl. Appreciate you so much. Who else is in here? Let's see. Y'all are like asleep this morning. Delia, what's up, girl? You want a t-shirt? Done. Okay. My executive assistant, Kimberly Frazier, is going to be jumping in here any minute, and she is going to make sure that you get one of those t-shirts. Thank you so, so much. I'm so excited to support that great work. We're going to be talking about entrepreneurial fog. And I told y'all, one of the things that I get asked the most is about how to be an entrepreneur. Literally, people will walk up to me and they'll say, Karen, how did you grow your business? How did you start your business? And y'all know that is a huge question. And it is not, there's no possible way to answer it in one sitting. But there are some things that you need to know about being an entrepreneur in terms of managing your time and knowing when to shift, when to do certain things, right? So here's what I'm going to ask you to do. In addition to sharing this with your network, thank you to all of you who did that. I want you to ask questions. What questions do you have about entrepreneurial fog? But first, we gotta level set a few things. And the first thing is, when you hear the term entrepreneurial fog, what does that mean to you? And does that resonate? Maybe that has never happened to you. And I'm sure I'm the only one. But when I was first in business and then scaling, in other words, going to kind of the next level in my business. And remember, when we talk about scaling, we talked about this last week. If you missed this, go back. I think it was last week. We talked about scaling. It was either last week or the week before. Remember, scaling is not always about doing more. Sometimes scaling is just about adjusting or pivoting. Sometimes scaling means scaling back, right? We got to talk about that. In this season where entrepreneurship means 750 things to one person, you have to understand that sometimes scaling is not about doing more. We avoid scaling because we think it's about doing more. We have that in our psyche, right? Because everything is like, do more, have 500,000 followers. But sometimes entrepreneurship and scaling in entrepreneurship is not about doing more. Sometimes it's about adjusting. Sometimes it's about adjusting to the seasons in our life. Y'all know I preach on seasons all the time. Whether you are a workplace leader or you are an entrepreneur or you are a ministry leader or you're a community leader or you're leading in politics, I need you to know something. You have seasons. There will be seasons where things are going great. There will be seasons where you're starting to feel the push and the strain of overwhelm. Is this resonating with anybody? Am I just talking to myself? Because y'all know I do talk to myself and I'm not sorry. Anyway, entrepreneurial fog. So what comes up to you when you hear that? Entrepreneurial fog. And does it resonate? What comes up for you when you hear entrepreneurial fog? What you share may set somebody free, okay? Like, we do this together, you guys. There is no pretense in here and there's no shame. Entrepreneurial fog. What comes up for you? Okay, let's get in here. I can't see the comments. Hey, Kim Dudash. Coach Kim Dudash is in here, and I am super excited about that. This woman is absolutely amazing. Dudash Executive Coaching. If you are looking for an executive coach for yourself or for your business, go find Dudash Executive Coaching. And while you're at it, go order some things from Dudash Farms, our favorite place to be. Christy Kent and I are doing a road trip to, I just realized my hairs. Anyway, sorry, the ADD is kicking in. We are doing a road trip to Dudash Farms this summer, just saying. Let's see. John says, fog to me is all the things that need to be done, blurring our focus. Absolutely, 100%. Christy says, yes, I'm in a season of adjustment now. It's hard, but I know it's right. Yeah. When you are in a season of what I call positive disruption, we are going to do an entire show on positive disruption very soon, so stay tuned. When you are in a season of positive disruption, when you are beginning to hit a threshold, or when you begin to feel kind of your state of being changing, something's changing at work, something's changing at home, whatever that is, friend, you can feel that sense of fog, right? It feels like you're doing a lot of things. I'm going to give you some of the symptoms of entrepreneurial fog. Amanda says, I think of burnout that is so bad. Yes. I think of burnout that is so bad, it causes me to be frazzled and to lose sight of the goal. Boom. How many of you that resonates with you? Okay, that's what it is for Amanda. Kim says she's ready for us. Okay, Christy, like seriously, in the next 2 weeks, I just want to get something on the calendar. Just let's not overthink it. Let's just pack a bag and we going. Okay, who's going with us? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that out loud, but I get excited. Okay, entrepreneurial fog is the mental, emotional, and sometimes spiritual result of tolerating states of being or business that stunt our ability to focus on the most important, productive, and energizing results-producing work. Did y'all get all that? Did you get that? Entrepreneurial fog is the mental, emotional, and sometimes spiritual result of tolerating states of being or business that stunt or block our ability to focus on the most productive, energizing, results-producing activities and work. This is really important, you guys. And I just want to normalize that entrepreneurial fog is real and it happens to everybody. Okay? It happens to the small business owner who is just starting a side hustle, and it happens to Mark Zuckerberg. It happens to the person who just opened their shop. Come on, some of y'all are in this, who just opened their shop, and it happens to the person who's been in business for a decade. Hello, me. It happens to everybody. Delia says, as a new full-time entrepreneur, hold the phone, you guys, after resigning from her 18-plus year career. Can we just give it up for Delia? Kimberly, let's get Delia one of our t-shirts. Let's get her one of our t-shirts. Delia, DM me and let me know what size t-shirt you wear, because we want to celebrate you. We want to whoop whoop you up, because we know in this community, we've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Like, there are so many amazing women in this community who know exactly what that feels like. Well, we don't know exactly because we don't know what your journey is, but we can relate. That's what entrepreneurial fog is. It is real and it is actually normal. Here's the big news. Okay, are you ready? You don't have to tolerate it. What does that mean? That means that even though it's normal, you do not have to exist in a period of entrepreneurial fog. You may have all of the things. You may have funding. You may have a building. You may have a business plan. You will still experience entrepreneurial fog. It happens to everybody. And I want to talk to you about the zones. I call them zones because the level of entrepreneurial fog or the timing of when you experience entrepreneurial fog can depend on what zone you're in. Here are the 3 zones. Ready? Y'all write this down. Zone number 1, the genius zone. The genius zone is where you are doing work you love, like you've got it honed in and nailed in. You know what product you provide. You know who your customer is. You know what you want to do and how you want to do it. And you are rocking it. That's the genius zone. Okay. Zone number 1 is the genius zone. Zone number 2 is the comfort zone. The comfort zone is where you need to get help. This is going to hit somebody in a minute. The comfort zone is where you are doing things and you've been doing them so long that you can do them in your sleep, right? You can do them in your sleep, or you've been doing them so long that it just becomes second nature and you don't really have to think about it. You don't need to talk to anybody about it. It's just what you do. Okay, we'll come back to what each of these means. The danger zone is where you need to get out. The danger zone is where you are doing things that suck up and discourage you. They overwhelm you to the point that you feel paralyzed, etc., etc., etc. Genius zone, comfort zone, danger zone. The genius zone is where, as entrepreneurs, we want to be working. Now, we will enter all 3 of these zones at some time throughout our entire career. Genius zone, comfort zone, danger zone. We will all experience those. We will go in and out of those zones. The trick is to learn to identify when you are moving out of your genius zone and into your comfort zone, when you are in your comfort zone and you are starting to move into the danger zone. Why is that important? Because, friend, as an entrepreneur, I don't care if you are a full-time entrepreneur, you're a part-time entrepreneur, you got a side hustle, or you're helping somebody else build something. I don't care if you are writing a book, full-time or part-time, or you are trying to start a ministry, or you're running some sort of community situation, whatever that thing is, you will be in seasons or zones of either genius, comfort, or danger. When you're in your genius zone, you are contributing your best work. You feel energized. You love what you do. You love waking up in the morning. Even solving problems becomes easier in your genius zone because you're working on all cylinders. It's the thing that you are uniquely gifted to do. Does this sound familiar to anybody? Does that sound familiar? If you know your genius zone, drop an emoji in the comments. If you're watching this on replay, drop an emoji in the comments. And by the way, can I say hi to all my YouTube fam? Hey, everybody, if you are watching us on YouTube, drop a note in the comments and let us know you're joining us from YouTube. I would love to know who you are. We are growing our channel on YouTube in the near future, so y'all make sure to go follow us on YouTube. But if you know what that feels like, the genius zone, if you know what your genius zone is, put an emoji in the comments. Your genius zone is that thing that when you serve, when you build a product in your genius zone, you get all sorts, like your customers and your clients and the people that you serve are like, oh my gosh, this is so great. They want more. Okay, if you know your genius zone, okay, here we go. Okay, that was the fun part. Here comes the painful part. Comfort zone. The comfort zone is where you're doing something so long that you automatically do it, but you do it to the detriment of other stuff. That means you stay in that place because it's what you know. But there's all this other stuff that needs to get done that you're not doing. Please don't be mad at me. Y'all know I love you. Come on back. Okay, this is not the time to X out of this here show. Come on in here and share it with another 15 friends because we're going to talk about it. Genius zone, comfort zone. Comfort zone is where you stay in something so long because you know it well to the detriment of other things that are sitting there talking to you. They're tapping you on the shoulder. Okay, maybe entrepreneurs, maybe for you, it's your finances. Sorry. Maybe for you, it's how you run your operations. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe for you as an entrepreneur, it's knowing your market. Maybe for you, it's serving the same 10 customers who are always asking you for things for free. Sorry. I told you, I should have warned you. Let's have some coffee so y'all can take a breath. Heather says her fight or flight is kicking in. I'm sorry, girl. You know I'm going there. And I'm coming for you too, by the way. Anyway, Christy says sometimes we enter the danger zone without even noticing. 100%. You can go in and out of these zones. And remember, the comfort zone thing is where we stay so long that we begin to neglect other things. And the danger zone can sneak up on you because you're in your comfort zone, right? It's a thing that feels normal. You're just doing your thing. And particularly if you're a solopreneur and you're not kind of balanced with other people who are strong in areas where you're not strong, or maybe you are a solopreneur and you are literally running your business by yourself, right? Or you are running your business with somebody who's good in the same areas. They have the same comfort zones. Come on, somebody. They got the same comfort zones. That can be dangerous and deadly. And let me just tell you that if you are in business with somebody, if you are partnering with somebody, whether they're a contractor, a 1099, or a full-time staff member, and you don't have somebody around you that is good in the areas that you are not good in, you will end up in entrepreneurial fog. Okay? Entrepreneurial fog, that heaviness, that kind of sense of, I don't know what to do next. I don't know what to work on. Okay? We're going to talk about that. But I wanted you to understand that there are 3 zones and they're normal. So if you are there, cut yourself a break. Okay? Give yourself a hug. I'm hugging you. This entire community is hugging you because we've all been there, right? And workplace leaders, this applies to you too. Christy nailed it. You can be in a sense of fog, right? Of leadership fog. Maybe that's a better term for it. We're talking about entrepreneurs today because we're going to talk a little bit about what are some of the things that you experience. But again, I'm telling you, I'm about to go through this list. And for those of you that are workplace leaders, I just need, okay, I'm going to share this list. And if what I say, each one, I want you to just give me an emoji, okay? If it stings, I want you to put the fire emoji in there. Ready? Here we go. Here's the list. Here are the indicators that let you know you may be experiencing entrepreneurial fog. Ready? Here we go. Feelings of unrelenting anxiousness, overwhelm, burnout, discouragement, or paralysis. And maybe not that you're feeling it right now. Like, I don't want to call y'all out, but maybe you felt it in the past 6 months. Feelings of unrelenting anxiousness, overwhelm, burnout, discouragement, or paralysis. Like you wake up and you're just like, oh no. Or you are running hard, okay? But you never have a moment's peace. Okay, that was number 1. Number 2, doing more. Y'all put an emoji if you felt this in the past 6 months. Come on, we're going to do this work together, you guys. I'm serious. Number 2, doing more, but not necessarily more of the things that positively move the needle towards the goals and objectives that are most important to the success and growth of your business. Doing more, but not necessarily more of the things that move the needle. Every single one of you have done this. Okay? Every single one of you have done this. If you are running a business, if you are stepping into a ministry role, if you are running a family, you're doing a lot. Oh, yep, let's go here and let's do that and let's sign up for this and let's sign up for that. But they're not necessarily things that are aligned to the vision that God gave you for your business. We all do it, friends. I'm gonna put my hand up for my emoji, because I have to check myself on a regular basis. Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. Here's number 3, tolerating unproductive busyness, which is kind of in the same family, but you're literally tolerating it. You are busy. Yep, fill that order. Oh, okay, she's returned yet another thing. Or tolerating the thing of signing up for things. We talked last week about some of you that are on boards and committees and things like that, and they're all wonderful. They're great, but they may not necessarily be aligned to what it is that God has spoken to you. Okay, we'll talk about how you know that in a minute. Here's the 1, 2, 3, 4th thing: avoiding accountability. For others or yourself. Y'all, okay, if it makes you feel any better, because I need you to catch your breath. Every time you hear one of these, I need you to put an emoji in here and don't get quiet on me, okay? Because I'll DM you after the show. Like, where were you? Avoiding accountability. One of the biggest struggles I had when my team was growing, my business was growing, and so I had to grow my team, was not holding myself accountable. Now, listen to me very carefully. It was not malicious, and it wasn't a sign of laziness. It was a sign of overwhelm. I was beating myself up, but it was a sign of overwhelm. I wasn't holding myself accountable to acknowledge that what I was feeling was overwhelm. And listen to me, if you have a team, if you are running a ministry team, if you have contractors or whatever, if you have a CPA and you're dealing with your finances, or you have a tax accountant or whatever that is, by the way, y'all, Coach Margaret Presley Davis's finance savvy workshop was fire. Okay. I learned things in that workshop. I've worked with Coach Marguerite for 5 years. I learned things in that workshop I didn't know. Okay. She probably saved me about 10 grand this year in that one workshop. And the workshop was free. That's for another thing. Anyway, I wasn't holding myself accountable because I was relying on everybody else, all the people I was bringing into the business, to do the work for me, because I was like, oh, I'm just so overwhelmed. Just go ahead and do it. But yet my team was coming to me asking me for direction. It's not that they did not know what to do. They needed direction. Listen to me carefully. I say to y'all all the time, the vision that God has given you for your business, for your life, for your marriage, for your finances, for your children, for anything, is for you. God is calling you to know your vision and to get clear about your vision. That's why we have all the tools and resources. That's why we have Vision Casters Academy, to teach you those precepts, precept upon precept. Okay. I wasn't holding myself accountable to be able to stop the swirl. We're going to talk about that in a minute. To stop the swirl, to take a step back, to get clear on the things that I needed to get clear on. Why? Because I was tolerating entrepreneurial fog. I'm just telling on myself. So I hope this inspires some of you to be honest with yourself. There's no shame. This is completely normal. But here's what happens. We don't talk about any of this stuff in the entrepreneurial community, which is why I talk about it. And that's how I roll. I talk about the stuff nobody talks about. But my point is, we have to be able to talk about this, because you will never break that threshold, that plateau in your business, if you do not recognize some of these things as indicators. They're indicators. They're trying to give you a signal. They're trying to say, hey, 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 you might be slipping into a comfort zone. Hey, 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 you might be slipping into the danger zone. And that's okay, right? That's normal. What we want to remember is that we don't have to tolerate unproductive busyness, okay? Avoiding accountability for yourself or for people that are working around you is one of the indicators that you may be slipping into entrepreneurial fog, or you may already be in it. Okay, next one. Tolerating a lack of focus. This is related. Focus, connection, and commitment. Tolerating a lack of focus, connection, and commitment in others. Come on. You ready to go with me? Or in yourself. Okay, I just had a little dance party by myself. Okay. Does any of this resonate? Did that resonate? Did that hit? Come on in here. I love y'all. Okay. Jessica Dunn, what? Hey girl, what's going on? Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to see you in here. Okay. Tolerating a lack of focus, connection, and commitment. You are split in so many different directions. You do a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there, and you feel like that's enough. If you are an entrepreneur, you may be able to ride that for a minute, but let me just tell you, you will begin telling on yourself. If you are lacking consistency, if you are late to everything, that's me. Like time blindness is a real thing for people with ADHD. But I digress. I feel like this is confession or something. Anyway, if you're running late to things, if you are missing deadlines, if you are making excuses a lot, I promise I love y'all. I'm just saying, and my team will tell on me. Okay? And I give them permission to tell on me because I'm doing the work. But we're doing this together. Okay. If you are holding others to a standard you're not yourself meeting, okay, these are all signals of entrepreneurial fog. Amanda's like, yes. Delia says, this is my story at the moment. Delia, I got you, girl. Come on, I got you. Christy says, can you talk about tolerating lack of focus and commitment in others? That's a whole show. And yes, let's go there. When you are holding something in your hands, your vision for whatever it is you're doing, your team, your ministry, etc., and you are working harder, you got people all around you. Maybe you have a team member or a couple of team members, whatever the case may be, and you are working harder, or you sense that you are working harder. You are doing the job of other people. Come on. You're making excuses for other people. Now, I've hired lots of people in my decade in business. And because I don't want to hurt people's feelings, I will avoid hard conversations. I used to. I don't do this anymore. I would avoid hard conversations early in my business. And that was one of the things that fueled my entrepreneurial fog. So I was paying people to do things, but they were not contributing. They were not contributing to the level that they should have been committing to what we were doing. They were in so many different places and spaces that they liked what I was doing, but they didn't have a vision for what I was doing. And be very clear, I said a minute ago, the vision is mine, right? That's my baby. But there is a vision caster and there's a vision catcher. And every team has those roles. Also, another workshop that's coming up inside of our free group. the different types of roles on your team: a vision builder, a vision caster, a vision catcher, a vision mentor. Like when you recognize those roles, friends, I don't care what you're building, it changes the game. And it's not personal. It's just recognizing that if people are going to go with you, they got to go with you. So when we tolerate a lack of focus, a lack of clarity in other people, we end up doing the work for them, or we avoid the conversation and we hold on to people too long. That's what it looks like when we tolerate a lack of focus and commitment in others. If you talk to your team members, whether they're direct reports or not, and they are misaligned to the vision. I do this exercise in almost every team vision workshop that I do. In case you didn't know, for organizations, I do team vision build workshops. They're life-changing. But anyway, and I asked the team, I did this a few months ago with a large team, and I said, tell me the vision for your team. And they're like, oh, yeah, I got this. And so they started writing, and I had them report out. Every single one of them, there were probably 25 people in the room. Every single one of them had something different. Y'all, every time I do this exercise, it turns out the same way. For those of you that are workshop leaders, go and do that exercise. It will blow your mind. If you are a team leader, if you're a manager, supervisor, if you're president or CEO of a company, go do that exercise. If you need help, call me. I'll give you some tips. Everybody had something different going on. When you tolerate a lack of focus and commitment in others, you will find that their vision, their understanding of what the strategy is completely different. Here's the other thing. When you tolerate a lack of focus and commitment in others, where they're supposed to have strategy, they ain't got none. Was that too much? Okay. Anyway, tolerating lack of focus, connection, and commitment. Now, the connection part is really important. Here's the thing. It is okay. Like I tell my team all the time, do not answer me in the middle of the night. I'm up late. That's just the way my brain works. You know, I'm a night owl. I say, do not, like, I do my best to protect their weekends. Like, I am super serious about that. Okay. When I talk about a lack of connection, I'm not talking about your team members are, accessible to you 24/7. That's not what I'm talking about. Friend, that is not leadership. Okay. Unless you married. Okay. Unless it's a specific season where the expectations have already been defined, like you're launching something or whatever. And everybody knows the rules of engagement. If you are doing that to your team and you are just wearing them out 24/7, you and I need to have a conversation because that ain't leadership. I'm not going to go there right now, but I'm just saying. But when I talk about a lack of connection, what I'm talking about is they don't actually know what you do, or they pop in and out of availability, right? Or this is a hot one for me right here. Or they are smiling in your face and talking about you behind your back. Can it get an amen? My team will tell you, I can tolerate a lot. I can tolerate you being mad at me. I can tolerate, somebody not knowing how to do something. I can tolerate somebody making a mistake. But this one right here, my kids will tell you this. My kids will tell you. It, like the New Yorker in me, comes out. That's all I'm going to say about that. Praise the Lord. Anywho, so tolerating lack of focus, connection, commitment. Next one. You may be slipping into entrepreneurial fog, or you risk slipping into entrepreneurial fog if there is a lack of clarity on roles and responsibilities, come in here, come in here, come in here, come in here. A lack of clarity on roles and responsibilities. You say, Karen, I'm in a workplace environment. I don't actually write the job descriptions. Friend, let me just tell you something. The vision caster mindset is that you can be scrappy. Get in there and create clarity. If there is none, create clarity. If you are an entrepreneur and you are watching this live stream and you don't have clarity on roles and responsibilities, DM me. We will get you on the phone with Kimberly and she will schedule a free 30-minute consult with me. Okay. If you are watching this, she will schedule a free 30-minute consult. And my entire team just went, are you kidding me, Karen? Free 30-minute consult between now and the end of April. So between now and April 30th. Not that I have the time, but I will make the time. If you need help clarifying roles and responsibilities, I will give you 30 minutes of my time for free. Okay, share that with somebody. Lack of clarity on roles and responsibilities is not the responsibility of somebody other than the person who holds the vision. I love you. Did I mention that? Here we go. Come on in here. This is gonna sting a little bit, but I'm just telling you what I have had to learn for myself, and I have to discipline myself every single month. It is hard, because I get excited about a lot of things. Here's the next one. This is a signal that you may be slipping into entrepreneurial fog. You are spending money without allocating resources. In other words, your money's funny. Your money doesn't have to be funny. Okay. I don't care where you are, and I'm not making light of it. Y'all know my journey with finances. Okay. Did the work. I have to do the work all the time. My husband is always coming at me like, you need to stop spending money, sis. Okay. Your money doesn't have to be funny. But if you are an entrepreneur and you are spending money left and right, you're signing up for a new thing, you've hired another person, but you are not actually allocating those resources. Friends, Coach Marguerite Presley Davis, who is our small business finance coach, just opened up slots for one-on-one coaching. They go fast, and she does not always have them open. I'm just telling you, working one-on-one with Coach Marguerite changed the game for me. All right. I will share that link later. But if you are spending money in your business, I don't care if you have a small business. Okay. If you have product or inventory that's just sitting there and you don't have a plan for it. Okay. If you are signing up for products and services and apps and all that sort of thing, y'all got mighty quiet. Anyway, if y'all are signing up for all that kind of stuff and you're not actually using it, you are not having what Coach Marguerite calls a money date. I'm not going to give it away, but y'all, I'm telling you, your money does not have to be funny if you're an entrepreneur. And if you are a small business, I don't care if you just want a side hustle, that's fine. But let me just tell you, there is a way to approach that so you don't end up lopsided in your finances, lopsided in your entrepreneurial journey. I'm getting off track. Here's another indicator: the absence of milestones, report outs, and celebrations. Why are y'all so quiet? Absence. If you do not in your business have milestones, report outs, in other words, regular, consistent times where you look at your operations, you look at your finances, you look at your product suite, you look at how your operations are working. I don't care if you have a big team or no team. There should be regular milestones, report outs, and celebrations, times when you celebrate where you go, woohoo, we did it. Those three things are critical. If you need help, I'm just saying, get time on my calendar while you can. Okay, end of the month. Last thing, and then I'm going to give you two things to do. If you are avoiding hard conversations, you may be in entrepreneurial fog. Okay, you may be. in Entrepreneurial Fog. If you are avoiding hard conversations, listen to me. You do not have to be paralyzed by hard conversations. Here's the thing. You do your team a favor. You do your family a favor. You do that vendor that you're doing business with a favor when you have a conversation that levels the playing field, that shares what your expectations are, that shares where they might be missing the mark. If it's meant to be, then they will pivot, right? Maybe they need help and support. That's a conversation where you may be able to help each other. That's just healthy and that's mature. That's for grown folks, y'all. But if it's not meant to be, and you're really working with somebody, or you are in a dynamic in your family or in your friendship where it's not working, then you give each other the permission and the space to love each other from a distance. Can I get an amen? That was good. Okay, there is such a thing in the entrepreneurial world. Sometimes you need to love each other from a distance. That means we can part ways and say, listen, this really isn't working. And you can still love each other. You can still cheer for each other and encourage each other and pray for each other. This is just grown folk stuff. Last two things, I'm going to tell you two things to look out for. Okay, this is part of the maturity that we have to have as entrepreneurs. And every single one of us is walking this journey. Okay, beware of the one dimension zone. Okay, focusing on the areas that are comfort zones. You have to recognize that there's a difference, friend, entrepreneur. There's a difference between being busy and profitable. You can be busy, but you may not necessarily be profitable. You can be busy, but not necessarily structured in your business so that during the week and during the month and during the quarter, you're working on the right things. If you need help getting that organized, get on the calendar, 30 minutes between now and the end of the month. Kimberly just posted my scheduling link, and I am delighted to help you get started on that. Okay. I do this a lot for my corporate leaders, for my CEOs, for my executive teams. And this is fun stuff for me, but it is not a matter of you being incompetent. Can I just say that and encourage your heart? It is literally just a matter. We all need this. Coach Marguerite does this for me. She helps me kind of organize all of that. Kimberly does that for me. My team does that for me. We do this work inside of Vision Casters Academy. Okay. There's a difference between being busy and profitable. You have to know the difference. There is a difference between starting a business, sustaining a business, growing a business, and scaling a business. Did you know that? Those are all different things. They're related, but they require different things. And depending on what zone you're in and what season you're in your business, if you're just getting started or you're starting to grow a little bit and you just want to hit kind of a nice stride, depending on what you're in, it will require different things. Your week may look different than my week. Okay, you need to know what that looks like. But you first have to do these other things that we talked about. You have to recognize what those indicators are. Otherwise, you will continue being busy and you'll do more, but you won't necessarily be productive. Okay. Here's the second thing, and then we're done. I need you to check yourself and ask yourself, do I want to be the eagle or the gerbil? Do you want to be the eagle or the gerbil? Okay, let's talk about what that means. Y'all have heard me talk about the gerbil wheel thing, right? You're on the gerbil wheel and you're just, I'm busy, 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 busy. You say yes to one more thing and yes to one more thing and yes to one more thing. You answer calls on the weekend. You start the week and you have no idea. You just start with something. Anything will do, but you have no idea what are the things that are behind you that are building up in your business that need to be addressed. Hello, taxes. Anyway, that's the gerbil wheel. You can be the gerbil wheel and you can stay busy and you can look busy. But my question is, would you rather be the gerbil or the eagle? In my practice, I do an exercise. We're building a course right now on down low. Hello, my team has just cringed. But anyway, we're building a course around a strategic planning process that looks at the bird's eye view, the hawk's eye view, and the eagle's eye view. If you want to get a hold on what your business is doing, this is going to be a game changer for you. An eagle is also a bird, right? But they are not down in the weeds. The eagle flies above the cloud line, and they can strategically understand everything that's happening, and they can laser focus on the thing that is going to fuel their strength. Whew. I just gave myself chills. Are you an eagle or are you a gerbil? Vision Casters Academy, we're going to be talking about it. I'm just saying. All right, here's some things to do. Here's a third thing to do. Make a list of every category in your business. If your business is going fine, but you've never done this exercise, I want you to stop and do this. I want you to get a piece of paper. We're gonna post a worksheet later today. Make a matrix and with boxes. Okay, put 9 boxes on a sheet. Fill those boxes with every category in your business. Right? So supply chain, sales and marketing, administration, product development, professional development, health and well-being, whatever it is, okay? Make a list of those things. And I want you in that box for each of those categories to identify what zone you're in. Are you in your genius zone, your comfort zone, or the danger zone? Are you in building mode? Are you in growth mode? Are you in sustaining mode? Okay, once you do that, you will begin to get a picture of where you may be slipping into entrepreneurial fog. Entrepreneurial fog creates blind spots. It keeps you stuck and it drains your energy. Here are the questions I want you to ask yourself, and then I'm done. Okay, ready? What percentage of my time am I spending on high value, high return tasks? What percentage of my time am I spending on doing low value, low return tasks? Okay. What do I want to do more of? What do I want to do less of? What do I want to do more of? What do I want to do less of? If you are just kind of going through the motions and you're just kind of annoyed, you're feeling like you're serving your clients, but maybe you're just not feeling it, friend, it's okay. It's okay. That's normal. But you need to ask yourself, what do you want to do more of and what do you want to do less of? In my own business, once I kind of garnered up the courage to ask that question, I was able to understand how I needed to shift my business. I shifted my pricing. I shifted my marketing messages. I shifted everything. Friend, when I tell you I got my life back, happens. Here's the thing I want you to remember about asking yourself that question of what do you want to do more of or what do you want to do less of? Just because you're good at something or have done it a long time doesn't mean you can't evolve away from it. Hallelujah. Okay? Just because you're good at it, just because you've done it a long time, doesn't mean you need to keep doing it. That was worth the price of admission right there. Anyway, here's the next question to ask yourself. Who do I serve? Every one of you that's an entrepreneur. I don't care if you're part-time, if you sell Avon or real estate or whatever. You need to ask yourself these questions. Who is my ideal client? Who do I serve? I'm going to test y'all next week, I promise. How do I serve them? Come on. Why do I serve them? What do I offer? When do I offer it? Here's one. This is going to blow your mind. I dare all of you to, if you answer if you answer every one of these questions and you send me the answers, I will send you a t-shirt on me. Here's the next question. What problem do I want to solve? Now, here's the thing. Y'all lean into this for a minute. This is really important. These two questions are different. Listen, what problem do I want to solve? What problem do I solve? What problem do I They're different. What problem do I want to solve? What problem do I solve? One of the things I see with the entrepreneurs I work with who have existing businesses, I mean, it doesn't matter how long you've been in business, but you're getting to that point where you're doing the work that you love, but you're beginning to fall off, or maybe, you're struggling with your market set. You need to answer those two questions and see if they're different. What problem do I want to solve? What problem do I solve? Whew. Okay, last question, and I'm out. If you built a vision you loved and you had all the support in the world, what would it look like? Answer that question. Okay? If you built a vision you loved and you had all the support in the world, what would it look like? Friend, I don't care where you are in your entrepreneurial journey, you don't have to tolerate entrepreneurial fog. You have options, and I would love to help you figure out what those are. I've had support from people that I didn't expect support from. But if you are a vision caster, if you are a part of this community, you're watching us, or maybe you're curious about this whole vision thing and what it means, it's so much bigger than what you think it is. And even if you are stuck, even if you feel like you have no money or no connection or no network, you can build a vision you love. Remember, it is Financial Literacy Month. Our next free workshop inside of our free group coaching, the Rock Your Vision Masterclass community, is coming up this Thursday with personal finance expert and author Ed Miller. It's absolutely free, but you must be a member of the community to join. Please make sure and take advantage of that. My corporate practice is sponsoring that, and it's my pleasure to do it. We are selling nothing. We are simply making Ed available to teach. You can start anywhere. You can start today. Make 2023 the year that you build a vision that you love. I love y'all. It's going to be all right. Have an amazing week. Find something from what we talked about today that you can take action on. Remember, friend, you've got more options, and I'm going to prove it to you. I'll see you next time.